Hey guys, it's Annie, your psychic limitless mindset manifestation coach. Guys, you probably heard of the 369 method, that manifesting technique. Well, you're probably thinking, why is Annie talking about it now? It's all old news. Well, I wasn't really much of a social media back in the past, but when I came into it, it was earlier on this year. Through a friend who told me, Annie, why don't you check this out? This has become so viral and people are talking about it. Why don't you check it out? And I'm like, okay, let's see what people are doing. So then I started to do the 369 manifestation method. So for you guys who are quite new to it, you have at least 3 affirmations and you journal it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the late afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. And you do it consistently for 21 days, right? So every day for 21 days, you're doing that journaling. So it's scripting, writing, affirming. So then I started doing it, and then I set up my alarm clock, and in those specific times, I knew, okay, I have to write it out. So I started writing it out. But on the 10th day, oh my God. So I love it when this happens to me psychically. So on the 10th day, I was in the gym and I was riding my bike and I was doing my visualization of my desire. It just came to me, to my mind's eye. And sometimes, my higher consciousness likes to do that. But I went into it and I was like, wow, I can actually tweak it a bit. So what I did, guys, was I tweaked the 369 manifestation method and I aligned it to my energy. And guess what? My desire of my manifestation came within the 6-week period. Yes. Yeah. So the beauty of working with a psychic is, one, you need to know that every manifestation and every desire is going to vary from each person. Each of you are going to be holding a different energy towards your desires. But the method itself, yes, it works. Yes, it's great. But there's a way to tweak certain methods that can fast track you. Now, I teach that in my manifestation coaching, but that's only for people who are in my warrior group. So the warriors, the reason I created that is because when you get behind investing in your inner state, it's going to show up on your reality. Now, I didn't just come into my abilities like overnight. No, I was born gifted, but it was only after a series of universal tests, when the universe felt I was very ready and I got really behind my inner state, was I then fast-tracked into my abilities, into my higher consciousness in a short space of time. And that's what happened to me. So in the short space of time, I was helping a lot of people from all over. And with that ability, then I started incorporating it in manifestation coaching. But the moral behind it is, the more you get behind your inner state, the more the universe is going to recognize that, and the more the universe is going to reward you for that. And I'm a living example of that. So it wasn't just one day I decided I want to be a manifestation coach. No, I did a lot of inner work, much more deeper than an average person. Why? Because I know it's going to show up on my reality. And even having such a level of ability at this age, even being praised by top psychics, for me was such a milestone kind of achievement. Like, wow, like I really got behind my own energy. I really got behind my inner state. So anything now that I want to really set out and do and really help others, it's from a strong basis foundation rather than just going at it. You see, you can manifest from a 3D or you can manifest from a 5D. But there are flaws in when you start manifesting from 3D. Like, either you'll start running on that treadmill and you'll get burnt out, or you can pace yourself on the treadmill and allow it to just come to you. So I know which one I've chosen. It's just allow things to come to me. That requires a lot of inner work. So when I say to people, get behind your inner state, get behind tapping into your higher consciousness, the more investment you do in that, that's like 80% already done. The manifestation tool that I give, that's very tweaked to your energy, and it's going to work very differently for many different people. That's just 20% of it, right? It all comes from within. Remember, 5-dimensional is all about living inside out. That's the place where you want to be. If you're not going to do the inner work, then you're going to have issues and problems. And psychically, I can tell you that, because that's one of the themes that were happening when I was connecting with people. A lot of issues, a lot of insight that they needed. And I'm like, we need to change this. We need to change the way people have psychic insight readings and, you know, how to work with a psychic. So that's why I decided to do this. And I sat with some very top psychics, one of which is my mentor, who I absolutely love, and I'm going to give a big shout out to him on my channel. But looking at him, self-made and manifesting from 5-dimensional, I can see the difference between someone like him and someone who's on the same kind of caliber, status, money, drive, but they are completely two different states, inner states. And I know, and I've chosen which state I'd rather be in, right? Because you probably heard of the saying, you can attract a lot of money or the best career or the best job, but if your inner state isn't right, then what's the purpose of it all? I came across a podcast that Stephen Bartlett, he spoke about, and he spoke about how he has a billionaire friend, 35 years old, and he remember going into his home. He spent the evening there, and the man was talking about how lonely he was. So it made Stephen reevaluate and reflect upon, you know, his values and what he wanted. So it clicked to him, what inner state do I really want? Yeah. So even though his friend, the billionaire, may have been chasing from a 3-dimensional, and he's achieved it, but his inner state was so poor. But Stephen, luckily, he saw that and he's like, wow, okay, right, I need to like rewind, because that's not the state that I want to be in. Yes, I want to thrive to be a billionaire as my friend, but what state do I want to be in when I achieve it? So that's the question you need to ask yourself, guys. How much investment are you willing to do in your inner state? Because your inner state is so valuable. One of the exercises that I'm going to give you to get really behind your inner state is journaling. You can do, there is a strategy behind it, but try the 3-6-9 method. You give it a go, right? Look at 3 affirmations towards your desire. Do 3 in the morning, 6 in the late afternoon, and 9 in the evening. It will put you in a discipline. But remember, there's a way of tweaking it, which I can look at, but I only do that exclusively with those who really get behind their inner state, because the manifestation tools and the tweaks that I give comes with a lot of responsibility, even on me. So try it, guys. Try the 3-6-9, see how you get on, see what spiritual phenomena that you come up with, that you embrace or you notice. Pop them on my video below. But if you want to know any more information, and when you're ready to know more about how I work, you can head over to my website, which is www.manifestwithamedium.com. You can also check me out on my social media platforms. And yes, I've now started launching more social media. It's across my page here. And if you've got any questions about this video or anything like that I've said, or you want some further elaboration on, just drop your comments below. Comment below, but drop your comments below. You know when you're trying to say 2 words or 2 phrases and you're thinking of it and it all just comes out once? Yeah, that happens to me at times. But you probably wonder why. So I've hoped you enjoyed this video, guys. Again, you can check out more content, more videos on my YouTube channel. And if there's anything that you want me to kind of address, or anything that you want me to look at or speak about, just drop it below. I'm always engaging on my channel. So I will speak to you soon, and I will see you soon. Oh, I will talk to you soon. Ciao.